Hello everyone, thank you very much for being here with us. I'm Lindsay. Here with me is Pace, an FAE professional of Accusys. We'll be walking through today's webinar with you. For starter, let's talk about how we believe this webinar can help you with. Either it's for your company or with your personal work. Besides demonstration and product overview, this webinar is even more. For resellers and system integrators, it can be a strong and direct sales tools to help you communicate with your clients. As for the professionals within the entertainment industry that are looking for a way to better preserve and allocate their tasks, we provide an actual know-how for building up a hands-on yet versatile SAN workstation within their budget, and to help them clarify the question, why and when turn to SAN? As you may see, the webinar will be separated into the following sections, including the cooperation of Accusys ExaSAN and Tiger Technology, the benefit of PCIe SAN solution, a real-time demo to show you what you can do with the new SAN environment. Then we'll get back to the details on setup and the configuration. Now, let's head toward the first part on how did Tiger Technology and Accusys ExaSAN begin this cooperation. Post-production is never a one-person job. That's why a stable yet high-performance shared working platform is so crucial. Thus, this had in the end led to the collaboration of Accusys ExaSAN and Tiger Technology. Targeted to the need of digital content creation professionals, the two pioneers in storage field now join hands to launch two new Tiger Technology intelligent shared workflow controller, the Tiger Surf and Tiger Surf 1, equipped with ExaSAN HBA cards to support exclusively ExaSAN storages and switch. With these powerful devices, forming a reliable and versatile SAN environment will no longer be difficult and pricey. Furthermore, the user will be able to enjoy the high performance of PCIe technology. With the growing of your creative work, at some point, a simple direct attach storage for all files is just not enough, especially while you're facing the expansion of your studio and larger projects. This is where you might need to think about having a shared workstation. But when and what to choose from is always the question that sparked numerous debates. Let's first take a look on what's a PCIe SAN, and we'll have further discussions on the best features of it and why is it a better choice for you. PCIe SAN is a simple SAN environment based on PCIe protocol. As you can see in this picture, the PCIe SAN consists of four major parts: the metadata controller, client computers, storage, and PCIe switch, along with HBA cards and PCIe to Thunderbolt converter as additional accessories. With these devices together, you'll be able to store, share, and process the files with high speed. The best features of PCIe SAN environment are definitely its performance and its cost. It enables users to take full advantage of the PCIe protocol throughout the storage path, without lowering down the performance from protocol conversion, like it shows here in the picture. Both fiber channel and SAS requires another process of protocol conversion, while PCIe is a direct channel between the workstation and the storage device. Best of all, it could meet the limited budget of smaller production companies at the same time. Once again, you can see in this table that PCIe SAN is much more competitive either in its performance or in its total cost. So when it comes to price-performance ratio for small and medium post-production facilities, ExaSAN PCIe SAN is definitely the best option in comparison to any fiber SAN or NAS environment. And to top it off, with Tiger Surf 1, we're able to avoid any Avid bin locking issues. It should be a big plus for Avid users as long as people who has to work on this kind of files. Then let's move on to the live demo and have a look on what we can do with the PCIe SAN. So here we are at the SAN environment we had set up earlier. In the client column, you'll see they are respectively a Mac OS version 10.9.5 and a Microsoft Windows 7. Also, you'll be able to see a common storage space at 6 TB in shared volume, in which we have put a 10-bit 24 frame per second 4K DPX file, and we're going to run the file by using Blackmagic Design DaVinci Resolve 11 to see how the performance goes. Let's have a quick check on the format of the file. It's actually a 3840 x 2160 24 frame per second 4K DPX file. Then, let's continue by running the file. You can see the 5 green lights and 24 frames per second on the upper left side without any frame dropping issue. So it shows that the whole working environment is actually really stable. Now we're going to see if it'll be the same when we run it on the Mac system. We're using VNC Viewer software here to show you the desktop of the Mac. Again, let's start up DaVinci Resolve 11 from this computer to run the same footage. Since giving access to all the users to process the same file at the same time is one of the major reasons what the SAN workstation is for, so we're going to run the same file in both systems. In the beginning, you'll find the performance a little bit unstable. That's because SAN is actually quite a complicated structure, so it'll take a few seconds to finalize the resource sharing issue. Now, in just a few seconds, the performance speaks for itself. You can see on the same spot showing 5 green lights 24 frames per second, proving it to be a stable shared workstation. I'm sure at this point you're all curious about how to build up a complete SAN solution using the devices that we introduced in previous slides. So let's go through them briefly together. Starting from the metadata controller, or MDC. It plays an important role within the SAN workstation, since it manages and allocates the whole storage space to ensure the memory channels are used efficiently by the clients. Here we're using the Tiger technology Tiger Surf 1 Intelligent Shared Workflow Controller, which is a very user-friendly and hands-on workflow controller that brings the whole PCIe SAN into another level. Moving on to the storage. Here we only show one ExaSAN A16F3PS storage for all the client computers, but it actually can be added up to 16 storages, which is 256 hard disk drives and could provide the user with an enormous capacity at more than 1400 terabytes, while equipped it with 6 terabyte hard disk drives and set as RAID 5. Then, here we get to the essential part of a PCIe SAN, the ExaSAN SW16 PCIe switch that turns the direct attached storage into a shareable SAN. So far, Accusys is the one and only manufacturer that offers a complete SAN solution using PCIe technology in the industry, and to provide small and medium post-production facilities with powerful yet cost-effective storage solutions. With this PCIe switch, the storage can be shared to up to 12 clients. The client computers represent the different operation system, including the various software that are used for completing your creative work. And in order to add them into the SAN, we have to insert ExaSAN Z2M HBA cards to those desktops that possess PCIe ports already, and Thunderbolt to PCIe converter to the new Mac Pro in order to benefit the high performance of the protocol. Addition to these devices, we'll also be needing some PCIe cables to connect all the computers, storage, the switch, and metadata controller together. And then your simple SAN will be all set and ready to go. But don't forget, before starting using your new SAN environment, be sure to set up your RAID levels and to back up your data. Since setting up the RAID level is not our main topic here, if you have further questions on that, you can find a clear user manual on Accusys website. Once finished setting up the workstation, let's move on to the configuration. The configuration is actually pretty easy. The whole user interface setup can be completed directly through Ethernet. As I said constantly throughout the webinar, hands-on and high performance are what make Accusys Storage and Tiger Technologies metadata controller a great combination for the users. And don't forget, the whole SAN environment should be under the same internet section. First, let's start up your browser on the PC and key in the default IP address 172.16.100.100 to gain access to the main page of TigerServe 1. You probably found that our IP address is different from Tiger's. That's because we had already done all the setup and are using our internal network for the SAN. So let's move on directly to Manage to log into the management page. You'll see a window pop out demanding password. The default password is admin. Let's continue by checking if the HBA card and the license are well installed. Go to System and then About. You should see the license number and firmware number. Next, we need to create volumes. Go to System and then Maintenance to enter System Maintenance mode and press Continues. Under Storage Management, click on the disk that you want to create volumes with and then click Create Volume. But if you have multiple storage attached, you can simply select all the disks and strip them together. After a few seconds, you will see your new volume under the Storage Management section under the heading Volume, or as we do here, ExaSAN. Now, let's do a reboot. Go to System and under Maintenance, you will see System Reset. Select Full System Reboot. This might take a few minutes. Next, we're going to activate Volume to share status. This is the point where you turn DOS into a shareable SAN environment. Go back to Storage Management, then press Volume. A drop-down menu will appear, and then select Shared. And that's all you need to do for configuring. When that is done, the final step is to set up the TigerServe 1 from the client side. For Windows, download client driver from TigerServe 1's main page and follow the instructions to properly install it on your client's computers. Open up the client setting page by clicking Tiger icon on Tray Application. Add TigerServe 1's IP address to add shared volume. Then you'll be able to see the shared volume on the client computer. For Mac, again, download client driver from TigerServe 1's main page to complete the installation. Open client setting page by clicking Tiger icon on menu. Add TigerServe 1's IP address, and then the shared volume should appear on the desktop. Following by the setup procedure for Linux. First, log in as root and download client driver from TigerServe 1's main page. Check the kernel version, then install RPM. Make sure service has started. Add TigerServe 1's IP address, then the shared volume will be mounted automatically. So the configuration will be complete and you can start enjoying the new SAN environment. Let's sum up today's webinar by asking who would need a PCIe SAN. PCIe SAN is especially for those post-production professionals who search for a reliable shared workstation within limited budget, and with its high performance, shareable nature, and favorable cost, PCIe SAN can do just all that. One thing that is equally important for experts within the entertainment industry, the compatibility. ExaSAN storages and switch are compatible with all major softwares and hard disks to make sure the user got a worry-free environment. So here's a glance at some of our solution partners. What's next, you might ask? We'll have a series of webinars coming up in order to provide you with first-hand information on our product and also to communicate directly with you. The next one will be on December 11th, giving you a full aspect on ExaSAN A16-3 SJ storage model. So please stay tuned. Today's webinar and the Q&As will be uploaded to our Facebook, Twitter, and on our YouTube channel. For more information on our product and the upcoming webinars, please stay tuned on Accusys ExaSAN on the above social media platforms. We would definitely like to hear more from our sales partners as well as the professionals within the industry. Thank you for staying with us, and we'll see you next time.